Let's talk about overcoming for a moment. Have you ever noticed that we have a tendency to avoid things we don't like? Things like exercise, Brussels sprouts, and telemarketers. Even if it's good for us. If we don't like it, we'll avoid it. But what do you do about all those things we don't like but you can't avoid? Things like death, taxes, paying your bills, COVID-19, and of course, quarantine. Things you don't like, but things you can't avoid. So what do you do about that? Well, the Bible has something to say about it. It's James, it's chapter 1, and it's verse 2. And James says, when you face trials of many kinds. Now, notice, I want to stop there for a second. Notice that James doesn't say if, he says when. Jesus also said, you will have tribulation. In other words, this isn't something you can avoid, it's inevitable. Okay, so what do you do with something you can't avoid? Well, James goes on to say, consider it pure joy. Now, that word consider, it means to rethink, reframe, or look at it in a way you hadn't considered before. And in this case, as pure joy. Now, I don't know about you, but when was the last time you found joy in something you didn't like and you were trying to avoid? I mean, the first time I read this verse, I was like, are you out of your mind? How do you find joy in something you're trying to avoid? And the secret in the verse, change the way you see it. Instead of seeing this as a trial, look at it as an opportunity to grow. But grow what? Well, how about your ability to overcome? James says, if you use this as an opportunity to grow, not only will it complete you, it will perfect you. So what if that thing you're trying to remove or that thing you're trying to avoid is the very thing that God is using to grow you? And if you avoid it or if you bypass it, you'll miss this opportunity to grow. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask God to help you to persevere, to overcome, to look at this not as a trial, but as an opportunity to grow you. And if you allow God to do that, not only will you persevere, but you will overcome. Well, that's my devotional thought for today. Thank you for watching. Take care, and God bless.